The Gleason guide provides a nice alternative to traditional sharpening techniques. The Gleason guide has 3 sides. The first side is for sharpening Gracie curettes. The second side is for sharpening universal and sickle scalers. The very end of the guide, the angled portion, is used for sharpening the toe section of instruments. Gleason guide is constructed with slots and bars, which will help keep your instruments perfectly angulated during sharpening, removing much of the guesswork that currently exists. If you'll notice, the bar is angulated specifically for a Gracie curette. It's very important that you use the appropriate side when you're sharpening Gracie curettes. You'll begin by placing the guide on a sharpening stone and supporting it with your hand, and then you'll determine which instrument you'd like to sharpen first. For example, we'll begin by sharpening a 5/6 Gracie. You must determine the lower cutting edge that you'd like to sharpen and place that so it's facing the stone. In this example, the lower cutting edge is what is facing toward the stone. In order to prepare for sharpening, you want to think of taking the back of that instrument blade, press it against the stop, and take the terminal shank to the rest. Let's try that again. You want to take the back of the instrument, press it against the stop, and lower the terminal shank to the rest. And you're now ready to begin the sharpening stroke. When you begin the sharpening stroke, you want to remember to have a finger rest or fulcrum so that you support the instrument. And as you take the stroke, you want to use it in a pendular motion back and forth so that you make sure you sharpen the entire blade all the way from the toe to the heel. So once you've completed sharpening the Gracie curettes, you must use the other side of the guide to sharpen a universal curette or a sickle scaler. You want to begin by taking the back of the instrument and placing it against the stop. You'll lower it and drop the terminal shank down towards the rest. And we'll do that again. This is very important to practice. So the back of the instrument against the stop and down to the stone, lowering the terminal shank to the rest.